do results for today's Cruiserweight Classic, so we can go over those.
Do it if we want. It's fine. Bring up the card for BattleGround.
Battlefront.
BattleGround.
The video game?
Yeah.
Coming out this Tuesday?
Since that's on this Sunday. Hope everybody's
God damn it, Daniel Bryan.
Let's see if... When it goes to you, does it go to your Twitter or does it go to...
Facebook.
Facebook.
It may go to both, but...
Jay Vader. Oh yeah, J-A-Y. Vader 82. There we go, found it.
Fuck, bitch.
Bert, sorry guys. Yep, that's all us.
We're streaming, we going, we moving, we good?
I'm just marking out over your room right now, man. This is
Matt's,
awesome.
you see Matt's custom championship?
Yeah, I remember that from back in this place when studio used to be over there.
There used to be way more of these pop vinyls in here. I sold.
Yeah, you sold a lot of them.
30 of them.
Yeah,
probably.
Nice.
I made maybe less. I think 22.
Yeah,
23. I made like $600.
Man,
That's what paying for the gas.
That's all you're going on.
When you're driving to California tomorrow.
That's what's paying for all that gas.
Right.
That's exactly why I sold them too.
Good stuff.
Dude, this is like, okay, there's a breakdown that I want.
Oh, that's the... So they had that. They had the... Whatchamacallit?
We'll skip it.
Copy a link.
That's
that Maria Kanellis right there? Is that what... Was that from the ROH show you guys?
Sir.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
That was fun.
We might not find that by the time I leave this place. Just saying.
We have a backup. We have a backup.
You back? Oh,
we actually do.
Really?
Matt wouldn't let, or Chris wouldn't let him put it up at the house. Yeah. So I actually think that one is
hey,
fine.
that could be put up at my house. That's all good. I'll keep it for you, man.
I forgot where I put it. I think it's on my car, sir.
It will not be sticky when I return it. Just
everybody got their drinks in hand.
Yep. Got my nice water.
Oh, I need to do a new track. Fill instrument. I think I would have this down by now, but I don't. Test.
Test tease 1, 2.
Pull that back a little bit. Sorry, Daniel.
That's what broke his neck.
That's I did it. It wasn't me.
Retired once again.
It was. How did we not know it was Brie Bella?
Oh.
That'd be a happy injury.
We are live.
I'm like, how'd you break your neck?
Well, you see.
You really want to know?
Mm-hmm.
You really want to know, guys?
You might want to keep your pants on or off for this.
Okay, got that. And now I'll share it on mine. What's this Cheetos crap we're gonna do, right?
Cheetos.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you guys try this shit. It's the most amazing snack I've ever had.
What flavor is it?
They are mac and Cheetos.
Mac and Cheetos.
Deep fried Cheetos filled with mac and cheese.
Where'd you find those?
At Burger King.
Ha!
It's fucking America. Like,
America.
this is the kind of shit that invades our fast food restaurants now.
All right, we ready?
Yeah, we are ready.
Let's do this.
Start this music.
Welcome to Smart Marks Podcast.
Welcome to the Smart Marks Podcast. Your weekly look into all things professional wrestling. No matter if it happens in a squared circle, an Aztec temple, or a six-sided ring. Here is a little SmackDown.
I don't have a shirt.
Oh, dude.
The Smart Marks, Matt Salgado, and Jeremy.
All right, smart people.
You've already
I'm
checked
throwing
out.
off, man. We got
You are already
a
checked
three-man
out.
booth.
You
Already
checked
checked
out.
out.
I already
You
jerked off.
checked out, checked out.
Damn.
It's done. Jeremy is.
He's not wearing pants.
He's not wearing
I'm
pants
not.
to begin with.
Here's the
this
thing:
guy-
is I don't ever.
Yeah.
That's why we don't show from the
I've-
waist down.
Breaking the fourth wall right here. Doesn't wear pants.
We don't want to do that.
We do.
Hey,
We
welcome
do.
to the Smart Marks Podcast. And as teased earlier on Twitter, I did on Twitter, right?
Yeah,
Facebook
you
and
did
Twitter.
on Twitter. I believe you did.
We got this guy.
Three-man booth tonight. Alex is in the
Three-man
house.
booth.
So Raw and SmackDown are changing up their announce team, so we felt we had to do the same.
Ah.
That's what's going on.
That's what's going on.
We
yeah,
had to.
I'll be the Corey
continue the
Graves to
trend.
this guy's Michael Cole and Saxton.
I'm just glad I'm not
I'll take
Lawler.
Saxton. I'll take Saxton.
I'm just glad I'm
Sorry,
not
man.
Lawler. Because if I was Lawler, I wouldn't have a job.
Yeah, right. So let's talk draft. Let's go right into
Let's do it.
man.
Do the draft.
Let's do it.
Okay, hold on. For first and foremost, let's torture you guys a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah, I did tweet this already.
Yeah, Matt
so.
tweeted this out. We had to do fast food tonight. I'm leaving at like 10 o'clock tonight, midnight tonight, to drive 15 hours to California.
Midnight Runner. Right?
Yeah, right. So we grabbed fast food for the kids and myself tonight, and we run through Burger King, and I see they've got the mac and Cheetos at Burger King, and so I grab a 5-piece. I tried them. My sister outside tried them. Her boyfriend tried them. The kids tried them. I have 2 left. I decided it'd be a good idea to hold them for the podcast and let these guys try them and get their honest reaction to this delicacy.
I like the fact that this says this box is password protected. Try hello, you tasty little box of yumminess.
Wow.
So just
I'm excited.
I think that's overselling it a bit.
Just to prove that we are indeed trying what was discussed, I will show it to the camera.
There's like a couple little cat turds, doesn't it?
Yeah, but cat
Orange
turds is
cat
putting it
turds.
nicely. I'll let you choose whatever one you want to try first.
Well,
Pick your poison.
I'll just take this one right here.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
And,
here goes nothing.
Cheers.
Salud.
Ugh.
You know, I'm not a big fan of mac and cheese, honestly. But this is good.
What the fuck? I hated every bit of it. It was terrible.
What?
Yeah,
So you hated everything of it and you haven't tried this right now.
exactly.
What a-
Because my reaction was terrible. I wanted to try to get your terrible reaction.
What a dick.
I was really scared, but I'm not gonna go as far as saying I like it. I'm sure if it
Passable,
was
maybe?
passable, like if somebody gave me one, I would go, okay, sure. I bet if it was like they were hot, like when you first got them, the cheese was probably
Yeah, they
a
weren't
little
even hot when we got them.
No?
Yeah.
No.
Well, it is Burger King.
I see the macaroni.
They're not a sponsor, so it's all good. You gonna eat the rest of that?
You know what?
He did it out of his mouth like Lady in the Tramp.
Lady in the trap.
Just the tip.
Yeah, I fucking hated it.
Not bad.
thought
I
it was
couldn't eat a
terrible.
whole pack of those.
Right, like it was not.
How many
worth
of those
trying.
come in the pack?
5.
5.
Yeah, too many.
Am I taking you on the way home?
I think so. It's a far walk home.
I brought him with me, so
So let's pull up some draft results.
Let's do it.
I'll take you to Burger King if I can make some Pokestops on the way home.
Hey,
Oh, man.
Xavier Woods is level 21 apparently.
Level 21.
Wow. I read online that a guy with a level 21 account sold his account for $1,500.
Are you
I
serious?
wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
What level are you guys? I'm not playing. Just
I
while he's
leveled
looking
up.
for this.
I'm on 13 now.
13?
Yeah, I made up some ground. Me and Jeremy actually went out on Sunday.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw it on the
And,
snaps.
We went to the local Pokemon meetup.
Yeah, at the
we
courthouse
spent
and
about
whatnot,
2
right?
hours out there almost.
Yeah.
And it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Going on 14.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I caught up yesterday. Total nerd talk, guys. If you play the game, you play the game. So I did the thing where you throw the lucky egg down, and if you have a shitload of Pidgeys, you just level up those Pidgeys.
Yep. Your brother showed me that.
And so I did that, went up 2 levels, and now I guess I'm right behind you, which is awesome.
So-
Because I was like 11 or 10. I was 10, so I went up to almost 3 levels.
Bleacher Report actually graded all of the televised.
Great. I like the fact that you actually pulled up the full draft because I kept on looking for that and couldn't find it.
Yep, this is
So
got
let's go
televised?
pick by pick, man.
Well, let's talk real quick. We got 2 general managers announced on Raw.
Yep.
Which are called one. Because, I mean...
I mean, we all knew
You called
Daniel
McFoley,
Bryan.
didn't you? Or was
I
it Daniel
said...
Bryan?
I was close. Hey, you know what? I was close.
Who
I
did
called
you say?
Noel Foley.
You did.
Yeah.
I called Triple H. I
Yeah.
expected Triple H, but I mean, with him being COO, it's kind of hard. It kind of made sense. But we got the best general manager in Raw history.
Are you
I mean,
not...
By
remember when he was general manager out of the restaurant?
He was a commissioner.
I think
Yeah,
every-
commissioner.
Those were some fun times,
It was
man.
awesome.
I think everybody pretty much expected Triple H to be that answer. So
Right.
when Mick Foley came out and it was announced, that was a nice, refreshing...
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good because it wasn't what everybody expected.
expected, yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
You know there's going to be button heads with Mick Foley and Stephanie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be. That's just gonna add more. Well, within 3 hour show, you're gonna need a little bit more backstage vignettes.
I hope Foley has like the whole setup backstage, you know, like
the
just
cage.
random places like where his office is
I
at.
love the
I
cage,
used to
yeah.
love that stuff when he was
Yeah,
commissioner of Raw back in the day.
So, and then we got Daniel Bryan for SmackDown. Did you see Shane O'Mac's shoes?
Yeah, it's
Custom
SmackDown
Nikes
back.
that said SmackDown
Yeah.
and the Money Show
Yep.
Not bad.
on the other shoe. That was
Yeah.
pretty cool. It
That
said
was cool.
Shano's SmackDown.
Shane SmackDown.
Oh,
And
nice.
on the other shoe, it said the Money Show.
Ah, nice.
I like it that we have on top of just general or people running the show. We have the general managers or whatever. So
Yeah,
like
it's pretty
Shane and Steph don't have to be there every week, so we don't get burnt out on seeing their faces.
Pretty cool. I like it.
Now, do y'all think that WWE meant to kind of, spoil who was the SmackDown was gonna general manager was gonna be?
I think that was a pure mistake.
Yeah,
You
because
think that was a
pulled it
pure
pretty
mistake?
quick. Yeah, they pulled it pretty quick. But it generated a lot of hype.
It did.
I don't.
Oh, people were
Like, I know
people were
Daniel Bryan
jacked.
would have had a really good pop regardless, but he had a hell of a pop.
That pop was amazing.
He
it was
eclipsed Mick Foley. Big
By
time.
far.
No, yeah, like God, when he went out there, that was old school Daniel Bryan.
I had
That
goosebumps,
was-
man.
I cheered
had
up. I'm not gonna
goosebumps.
lie.
That was the
Like,
reaction.
knowing what he went through and everything, and the
Yeah.
fact that he
Yeah.
was back and getting that reaction,
That was
I started
yeah.
to cheer up. I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!"
Definitely.
So let's go through the picks. They're
Let's
not in order. This is gonna break down the picks for each
Each round.
Each brand?
each brand.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
And it's gonna in the order that brand drafted him. So we're gonna start with Raw. And this is Bleacher Report's gradings. Seth Rollins, A. Charlotte at number 3 with an A+. Finn Balor at number 5 with an A+. Roman Reigns at number 6 with a B+. Reigns suspension clearly pushed him down the pecking order. We struggled to beat out Balor as the top babyface. Brock Lesnar with a B+. Logical place for him. Is what
Yeah.
they're saying. That makes total sense for him to go. The New Day, A-.
Well,
Strong base for their tag team
You
division.
figure Brock Lesnar would go to Raw just because
Oh, yeah.
he's not going to be on there all the time.
Exactly. Sami Zayn at number 11. A much higher spot than expected. This helps put him as a pure mid-carder, A.
Yeah, I was
Sasha Banks is an A-.
really impressed with that pick. Yeah.
Allows for a great rivalry with her and Charlotte. For that
Yep.
to happen. Chris Jericho for number 14, C. They don't like it being him getting drafted so high because he is probably a short timer. We don't know how much
Yeah.
longer we have him, which makes sense. Rusev, B- at number 16. Kevin Owens is a C- at 18. Only because they expected him to go farther up.
So why do you give him a C?
Well, hang on. No, it's their pick. It's not him. It's the pick order. This one actually says, surprising move to keep Owens and Zayn on the same brand after upcoming climactic match.
And they kept on like,
Too low of a spot for
and
him
they
to
kept
have.
on saying like, oh, this is gonna be the last time they fight each other.
But we're going to keep him on the same brand. Kind of doesn't make sense. Enzo and Cass at number 20 with an A. That'll boost your tag team division.
Yep.
Number 21, Gallows and Carl Anderson with a C+. Splits up the club, removes the group's best asset, helps make Raw the go-to show for tag team action. So it gets a C+ because it works out great for Raw, but they don't like the fact that they split up the club. It's going to be interesting with the club.
But we do have Finn Balor on that show now.
Exactly. So that may be a reality on your shirt.
Yes, sir.
We may actually get a return of the legit Balor.
Which would be awesome.
Big Show, number 23, got a D. And that says, has zero momentum after long TV absence. Draft spot could have been used to boost emerging star instead of the Big Show. Nia Jax at number 25 with an A-, adds variety to your women's division. Neville at number 26 with an A-. I mean, it's always awesome to see Neville come
Glad
back.
to see him
That
back.
is really cool that Neville is back and he got drafted.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm excited. And Neville is on Raw. There's a point to that. And after we're done running this down real quick, we'll talk
I think I
about
know where you're getting to, but yeah. We'll get to that.
Cesaro is a B-, surprisingly low spot. Signals that they may keep him as a mid-carder. Sheamus at number 30 is a C+. Unfortunately, has become the afterthought at this point.
Did you guys hear that interview from Cesaro?
Yes.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
he like shot and he was like, "I wanted to go to SmackDown."
Yeah,
he was like,
he was
pissed
like,
off.
because they touted SmackDown as the wrestling show.
Yep.
First of all, I'm pissed that I should have been in the top 10.
And the graphic they had for him was completely wrong. It
Right,
said
I
it was
tweeted it out.
debuted in 1999,
And he's
a nine-time former tag team
Now,
champion.
who would that be? Is that the
Chris
Dudley
Jericho.
boy?
That to me sounds like Chris Jericho.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, man,
Poor guy
just-
can't catch a
They
break,
can't
man.
even put the right graphic
No.
up for him. Like, yeah, I completely feel what Cesaro was saying. Like, to me, a part of that feels a little bit of, I mean, if you listen to everybody's interviews backstage, they didn't feel rehearsed. They felt like
It was
legit.
off the script.
It was their reaction.
They were
Yeah.
legit shoots, you
Yep.
know, and it was great to get their honest reactions. Like, Kalisto's was beyond
Oh,
bad.
God. I like the guy.
I'm gonna go
Mark
do my
Douglas.
lucha thing.
Do the
I
lucha
loved it.
things.
But-
Shit.
Yeah, but so like Cesaro,
Uh,
I felt bad for Cesaro. Like, I'm glad that he expressed what
I
he
do
was
like the
trying to
fact
say.
that he's on Raw. Like
I'm glad
the
that he's
spot-
on.
yeah,
I'm glad
on
that
Raw.
he's on Raw, but
But he wanted to go on SmackDown.
Yeah.
That's being touted as the wrestling show. But Raw's still the flagship, so
Yeah.
hopefully good things will come his
So
way.
hopefully something good does come from.
And
So
he
what
said his goal at the moment was to win an Intercontinental Championship, so we'll see how that ends up turning.
Yeah, a lot
We'll
of those titles
go back
could
to
go
that
back
when
and
we
forth.
go to
A
predictions.
lot
as
of those
far as
titles could go
yep.
back and forth. So what I was alluding to, we got Neville and Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Which one of these men claims your new Cruiserweight Championship on Raw first?
First, I would go with Neville.
Yeah.
I think Finn Balor is meant for greater things. Not saying that.
I'm saying he could claim it. He could lose it pretty quick, but I mean, you want to make that title super prestigious, you give it to the guy who's the hottest guy on any of your rosters right now.
Yeah.
As great as Seth Rollins is, I would argue that the most over character, the most over person wrestler that they have on their rosters right now is Finn Balor. So if you want to take advantage of that and you want to really legitimize your title, put it on Balor.
Yeah, I think you heard the pop for Balor when he got drafted.
Yeah,
I
thought it was really cool that
good,
they got
it was a
legit
good pop.
reactions at the NXT.
Oh, that was good.
Performance Center that they didn't know. Did you see the video of Nia Jax? She was texting.
Yeah.
And she didn't know she was getting drafted, and they shared her name.
Her name. What
She's
the
like,
hell?
oh,
Yeah.
what?
I thought that was really cool.
It
That was
was.
awesome, yeah. Same with Alexa Bliss. Like,
So let's run down the Raw.
and Alpha, American Alpha. They had an idea they were going to be drafted, but just to actually hear.
Yeah, let's
name-
go through the SmackDown draft picks now.
Hang on, let's run
Bringing
through.
up that
This is
American
going to
Alpha.
take up the tail end of Raw. These are the last picks that were done on the network after they went off the air.
Off here, yeah.
So we got Golden Truth at number 31, Titus O'Neil at 33, Paige at 35, which is crazy to me she went that low. I mean, that shows her stock has dropped big time. Darren Young at 36, Sin Cara at 38, Jack Swagger at 40, Dudley Boys at 42, Summer Rae at 44, Mark Henry 46, Braun Strowman at 48, Bo Dallas at number 50, The Shining Stars at 52, Alicia Fox at 54, Dana Brooke at 56, and Curtis Axel rounding out the spot at number 58.
Yeah.
So let's go into SmackDown real quick and run through the SmackDown televised draft. SmackDown, number 1 overall for SmackDown, and the number 2 pick was Dean Ambrose. That's an A. AJ Styles takes number 4 and an A. John Cena is number 7 and an A+. Give SmackDown a major star power, keep Styles Cena feud alive, and you didn't have to take him super high.
I love the idea that AJ went before Cena.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. It shows you, like, the company's belief in AJ Styles.
Randy Orton is the number 9 pick overall. They gave that pick a B+.
Yeah.
Unappreciated star who will put over emerging talent. Surprising that SmackDown is bringing aboard both Cena and Orton, who were faces of a previous era.
Definitely. Yeah, these guys ran the Ruthless Aggression era. Like,
Yep, they did.
Dude, I was watching some pay-per-view. I think it was WrestleMania 24 with Orton, Cena, and Triple H was like the main event.
Yeah.
And I was just like, whoa, this is 24.
Yeah.
You know? And Orton was still like, he was still super young.
Yep.
So it was just amazing to see him. He was still using his old music.
Oh, I know.
So it was just like,
Bray Wyatt comes in at number 12. They gave that pick an A-.
surprisingly, I'm shocked that the Wyatt family got split.
Well, only Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman's only one split away from him at this point.
Did Eric Rowan?
Eric Rowan got
Rowan's
drafted to
on
SmackDown.
Interesting.
So Bray Wyatt gets picked by himself. That's a great position for him.
Yeah.
Great pick for them to get him that late. And there's a ton of feuds that you could have by having Bray Wyatt on that roster. That's great for
Everybody.
SmackDown.
I don't think you've mentioned him yet, but I know he's a heel right now, but I would think Baron Corbin.
Yep, Baron Corbin is down here. Becky Lynch is number 14 at B+.
She was the SmackDown's first pick.
First
woman.
women
Yep.
pick. Yep.
It says now given space to be a top baby face. So far has little competition on this division.
Yeah. Well, the Divas roster is split. I mean, women's roster. Sorry. But
that could change.
it's a pretty.
You can see a lot of women coming up.
Yeah, I believe we will.
Did you see the video of Gianna Purrazzo this weekend taking on in a I don't know if it was 2-on-1 or it was a triple threat match, taking on 2 dudes, and she's just suplexing them all over the place.
That's awesome.
She gave them both a suplex, hooked them both up,
I'll
and
have
they
to
gave
check
them a
that out.
vertical
That's
suplex
cool.
together.
That is cool.
It was really cool.
I'm glad that she's able to do work in matches besides getting her head kicked in by Oscar.
Right? So The Miz comes in at number 16. They gave that a C. Give SmackDown a second title holder. Hurt by Daniel Bryan's reluctance to pick him. Now low spot for the Intercontinental.
Yeah, like I hate the idea that he put him down.
Yeah.
Like I get it that the Miz is a heel and whatnot. Like you don't like the guy, but if he's your Intercontinental Champion, and it sucks that the Intercontinental Championship went so low.
Right.
Like, if we're playing up the idea of trying to make these guys seem prestigious, like you want to
Take it pretty high.
You want to get the guys with the belts to take them pretty high. So.
Well, I'll get to something about the way this draft was planned out when we're done running this down.
Yeah.
Baron
like
Corbin,
that Big Show pick. Come on.
Baron Corbin is number 18. They gave that a B. American Alpha at number 22 with an A-.
Love that
Exciting
pick.
addition to the
That
tag team
was
division.
exciting.
Very smart call-up. Good spot to increase attention around a tag team. That is amazing. We're getting American Alpha.
So
on
happy
SmackDown.
for those guys, man. I'm excited.
Makes
for
total
those
sense for
dudes.
them to be on SmackDown.
Yes.
They're younger guys. They're centered around wrestling. It's.
I like the
split.
split, like the age difference we have here between. We have a lot of like crafty veterans on the SmackDown roster, but super young talent coming in, and it's just great. They're gonna learn from.
It's gonna be so
You're
good.
gonna learn
From the guys
Cena,
like the
they're gonna
Cenas,
learn
the
from
Ortons.
Orton. Like you're gonna learn from like the classic.
Even
regional-
Miz.
Even I was about to say even Miz, and even that last pick you're gonna get to.
Dolph
Like,
Ziggler, number 24,
Dolph Ziggler,
B-.
yeah.
Natalia, B+ at number 27, which allows that Natalia-Becky Lynch feud to go on.
Mm-hmm.
Alberto Del Rio, a B+ at
So-
number 29.
Alberto Del Rio and Paige, who are a couple, get
Got
split
split
up.
up.
Split up.
So maybe
That's
WWE
I didn't even think about that.
You think maybe WWE doesn't like the idea of them being together, like so you put them on different shows. It's kind of jacked up.
So we're going to run through the SmackDown draft picks that were made on the WWE Network. Number 32, the Usos. Number 34, Kane. 37,
Yeah.
Kalisto. 39, Naomi. 41, The Ascension. 43, Zack Ryder.
I can't
Boo,
believe
boo,
it went so
boo.
low, but yeah.
45, Apollo Crews. Number 47, Alexa Bliss.
Great.
I marked out
Amazing.
so hard
So
for
did
that
I.
one. That
Great
came out
to
of
see.
nowhere. That came
I
out of
expected her
nowhere.
to get drafted. She was one of
Yeah.
the ones that I kind of expected.
I remember texting you like that picture of the new curtain call, and I was like, Nakamura obviously wasn't drafted, but so we're kind of speculating who would be the other people that would get drafted. Bailey ended up not being, but there's reasons
We'll get to
for
that.
There's reasons to it.
Yeah. So but Alexa Bliss was definitely one of those names that me and you threw in there.
Yep.
As we predicted.
Brizango.
I'm
number
so
41.
happy. I'm so happy they got drafted as a tag team.
Yeah,
So
they didn't
mine
get
was
split up.
so good.
Yeah,
Tag team.
yeah,
So good.
definitely.
You guys ready for this?
Huh.
Number 51, Eva Marie.
Ah,
You know what is great? The one great thing we could take away over Eva Marie getting drafted, she was not counted as an NXT draft pick.
That's what I was worried about, and I was just trying to figure out. If,
You know,
this
you're
is
right.
counting as an NXT pick.
You're right.
As soon as they drafted her, I was like, well, fuck, we're screwed. We only
Right.
have one more pick for NXT.
Yeah.
Then they went ahead and picked two more. I'm like, okay, then we're good. I'm okay with that then. I don't want to see her on TV, but if we're not going to waste an NXT draft pick for her, then okay.
Yeah. If you gotta use that draft pick just to figure out where she goes, that's fine.
Exactly.
And put her on SmackDown with a division.
and you
that
figure
she's-
the women's side will probably stay on Raw, so Eva Marie will not be anywhere near that.
I think we're going to probably eventually have to get a women's
I think
on
we'll probably
SmackDown.
get those feuds where it's like, okay, your number one contender will take on my champion of the show.
Yeah.
So eventually we'll get that, or eventually we'll get another women's title.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have these two separate shows now.
Hopefully
where you
not
can-
that ugly purple butterfly.
No,
Sorry, I
they'll
didn't
never
touch
bring
that.
that back.
From what I understand, what they're looking at is possibly just mirroring the women's
think
title
about-
now and making it blue.
Think about what they were doing anyway. Like we have 8 women on the show.
Yeah.
On
On
on each roster.
Right.
But how many times did we see all 8? Even all 16 women in that division on the same night? Like, we
Never.
don't.
Never.
So you pull them out of this division and you show them. You're gonna have time to build up this division.
Definitely.
And like Jeremy mentioned before, like you're gonna pull a lot more talent from NXT and bring them up and have them going in. I think Billie Kay showed up on SmackDown 2 weeks ago, so like she's definitely being tested and
Yeah,
thrown
exactly.
in front of a big larger crowd. So like someone like her and Peyton Royce are definitely gonna make their
Like
debuts.
Diane
sometime.
Purrazzo is another one.
Deanna Purrazzo. Hopefully, they get her out of like indie status and
Yeah.
on full time, and someone like like this opens the doors for so many more women who are already at the performance center, like Ember Moon, who's Athena on the indies.
Right.
Like for her to make her way to the main roster, that's gonna be amazing. Like to be on Raw and SmackDown.
You know, eventually Asuka's gonna get called up.
Oh
too.
yeah, Asuka will get that call up, and then that's gonna be murder for the
Amazing.
division.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Vaudevillains at number 53, Eric Rowan at 55, Mojo Rawley at
Mojo
57,
Rawley.
and Carmella.
So we still have the hype bros.
Yep.
Yep.
Ryder and Raleigh.
Yep.
And let us not forget, Heath Slater was not drafted.
Undrafted.
He's a free agent.
He
The
was
hottest
undrafted.
free agent in the game.
I love the video of him just pissed off in the
Yeah.
back. What the hell?
Oh, no, I loved it when this happened.
Uh-oh.
And they turned the lights
Yeah.
on
That's up on
Heath
him.
Slater.
That was great. That was great.
That was amazing.
I was like, this was the best way to end it. I love the fact that it's so hard. I give credit to the guys that pull off the comedic characters, on the show and whatnot. And Heath Slater is definitely up there because, You know, this is a push for him. Even though he wasn't drafted, this is something that people who
drew
watch the
attention
draft
to him.
Yeah.
know that, like, hey, he didn't get drafted, and he's going on Twitter going crazy, saying, hey, I'm the hottest free agent in the game, and he's already being booked for Evolve. Like, so it's playing into this. It's playing into this.
Is he getting a book for Evolve?
Yeah, he's gonna be.
I did not know
Evolve.
Wow, man.
So like, but Heath Slater's a great worker.
He is.
Okay, let's talk briefly about somebody else who's getting booked for another company. As much attention as this draft got, in my opinion, you know, I'm going to be argued.
Yeah, what did I send you during the
I'm
draft?
going to be argued that I'm wrong on this, but in my opinion, another wrestling company announced somebody showing up at their December 2nd pay-per-view
I know what you're
that
doing.
is in my opinion, overshadowed that draft, and that is Cody Rhodes to Ring of Honor. Cody Rhodes will be on Final Battle December 2nd in Ring of Honor. Holy shit. Like, that is amazing. I don't know. Like, I brought that up to my wife. She's like, how does that overshadow? That draft was really cool. I'm like, it's fucking Cody Rhodes, one, and he's in Ring of Honor. Like, how often has Ring of Honor gone out of their way and signed former WWE
This may
wrestlers
be
to
the
come in
biggest signing Ring of Honor has ever brought in.
there? I think so.
Yeah, I definitely, yeah.
I mean,
pretty
think
For
about
somebody
it.
who
man.
is as mainstream as, I mean, you can argue the fact for Alberto being there.
Alberto Del Rio, perhaps.
He was never really like a mainstay of Ring of Honor. He had a few good matches in there, and he did
But
his
nobody
thing.
jumped at that as
Yeah,
much as it's Cody Rhodes,
It's
man.
Cody Rhodes, exactly.
Cody Rhodes is still pretty beloved.
Oh, he's pretty prestigious. I mean, you have a former Intercontinental
And
champion.
again, I don't know if a lot of people are
multi-time tag champion.
I don't know if a lot of people are aware WWE attempted to sue him this week with a cease and desist, telling him to stop using the word or the
Which
name
is so
Rhodes.
wrong, man.
And he replied back that Rhodes has always been mine. It will always be mine. I came
Yeah.
into that company with that
Dusty
name.
has that name.
Yeah.
Like, it's part of it's the name they grew up with.
Yep.
So.
So WWE has no rights to that, which
No.
is. And again, WWE is also getting sued this week. You didn't see
Oh,
it by
by
a
no-
But like, I don't know. I see the
They
list
have-
by like 30, 40 guys
They have,
Yeah,
they have
ton.
bigger things on
on their
Yeah.
plate.
on their hand.
WWE is
Than
actually
fighting for the Rhodes name.
They actually responded to this lawsuit already. The lawsuit is on behalf of
It is
tons of
it
veterans.
is a little ridiculous. Like, I was reading the names on who was involved.
The one that cracked me up most was Jimmy Snuka.
I'm surprised
Yeah.
Glacier didn't get in on this.
Glacier.
Well, they the lawyer who's involved in this, WWE has stated, they said, we're not worried about this. The lawyer that was involved has tried to sue us twice before for similar accounts, and it's been thrown out of court both times. So they're not really worried about it. I'm trying to find a Lance Storm tweet from this week. Yeah, there it is, Lance Storm. He said, got indigestion this morning. Maybe I should sue WWE. You know, I ate catering there for years. Hashtag stupid lawsuits. And someone said, many of these guys worked for years before and after WWE.
Yeah.
So why do they not sue everyone else they ever worked for? And Lance Storm replied, because WWE has the money.
Exactly.
Because they
Bottom
can.
line.
Lance Storm also had a great tweet for the draft that I think it's to talk about. And he posed a great point. WWE it would be impossible for them to logically explain not drafting Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, granted that two of those men did not get drafted, but now that is where WWE's painted themselves in a corner. How do you logically explain leaving two of the best men in the company right now, possibly in the business, on your B tier card? How do you do that?
I don't know, man. I mean,
There's got to be some explanation. If you want us to believe this draft legitimately,
right.
there's got to be some. I mean, I can see Joe. I can see explaining Joe because he's a title holder. We can say, well, we weren't going to take him out of the title. He has the title. He'll come up when we're ready for him to come up. But how do you explain away Shinsuke Nakamura? They painted themselves in and they're going to ignore it. That's how they explain it.
Yeah, you know they are.
It's just, it's.
Are you guys
I don't
bothered by
get
the
that.
fact that I see the Joe point because he is the NXT champion, but are you guys upset that Nakamura wasn't one of the draft picks?
I am and I'm not because I want to see a feud with him and Joe.
Yeah.
That's
Bingo.
why, and that's what I told my wife from the get-go. I was like, Nakamura has to stay there.
Yeah.
I want to see him. He's going to be... We need guys like Joe Nakamura to stay
On
in
NXT.
to help build the new guys.
Exactly.
And it's what we're doing with SmackDown. We're having the veterans
Yeah,
stay
like
there
how
to
do you
help bring these
justify
guys
a Mojo Rawley pick over
Nakamura or even
Carmella.
Yeah,
over
that's
Nakamura.
like, you know,
Carmella over Asuka.
or even
Bailey.
Austin Aries or something
Bailey.
like that.
Bailey.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get to Bailey. So the big rumor is we've got a match this weekend between Sasha Banks
And the mystery partner?
and with a mystery partner
Charlotte and
against Charlotte and Dana Brooke.
Yep.
So obviously, I mean, the rumor has been that it's possibly been Nikki Bella.
Yep.
But come on, it's got to be Bailey, right?
It has to be Bailey.
Because who does she have? She doesn't have a relationship with Nikki Bella. That makes no sense. Bailey makes sense. And is it going to be great surprise for them to come up and say, "Hey, we drafted Bailey," or is it going to be a better surprise when Bailey's music hits and 32 men fly up in the middle of a pay-per-view and that crowd loses their shit? What is going to be your better pop and your better time to bring in Bailey? So if we did not get Bailey drafted in order to get that reaction and that feel-good moment on Sunday, I'm all for it. I don't care where she ends up. If we get that moment Sunday and then we have 2 shows fight over her, I'm 100% on board.
It would be a great introduction to Bailey for the... I mean, all of us people, that watch NXT and stuff, we know who she is.
Yeah.
It'd be a great introduction to the ones that, may not be familiar with her.
Exactly.
And be like, she must be a big thing.
You're all gonna be bumming it's Naomi.
God.
Dude, if it's Naomi...
I'm gonna punch you in the dick.
I'm gonna send you hate mail, man.
You can come over to my house and watch it all.
I'm sure it's gonna be. God, I bet it's gonna be Bailey or Naomi. Oh God.
Even Nikki Bella. I mean, that's cool.
Watch
but
it be Cameron. They're gonna bring Cameron back.
Cameron.
How terrible would that be?
God.
That'd be hilarious.
You guys want to run down some BattleGround?
Let's do some BattleGround.
All right, so let's start off with the match we just talked about. First match on the card. These may not be in the exact order, but first match on the card. We're looking at Sasha Banks with To Be Determined versus Charlotte and Dana Brooke. It's got to be Sasha and her tag partner, I would think.
Yeah, like why bring in a mystery partner if you're not gonna put him over, right?
And
And it's a hot way, even if it's somebody returning or debuting. Either way, I think it's a good way to put somebody over and help get Sasha put over as well.
You could make Charlotte and Dana look very strong by having them go over whoever it is. But I'm picking Sasha Banks. Matt, who you got?
I got the team of Sasha Banks. And
Are you writing them all down there?
Yeah, I'm writing the matches down and I'm taking care of this.
All right.
So we got.
What you got, Alex?
I got Sasha's team.
We're all
Across
going
the
Team
board.
Sasha.
Yep.
Matt, you ready for another one?
Yeah, we're good.
The New Day versus the Wyatt family in a 6-man tag match.
It's not a title match, is it?
No.
No.
Straight up.
It's
six-man.
straight up 6-man
Okay.
tag match. Alex, what do you got?
I'm going with the Whites.
I'm going with Wyatt. Matt, who you got?
I'm really conflicted on this one. I feel like this is probably going to no contest even and set itself up for maybe even a bigger SummerSlam match between them.
Possibly.
I feel like this should have been a SummerSlam match, and the fact that we're breaking it down into, we're trying to get Battleground a little bit more clout here as far as a show. It's not even on pay-per-view.
It could totally.
This is straight up on the network. I feel like this is going to... I've never picked a no finish or no contest.
I think we have.
Maybe once or
We've
twice.
said shenanigans at
Yeah.
least.
If it's a no contest, I could see, because Braun Strowman is now on Raw. Right?
Yeah.
I could, and well, isn't New Day on Raw also?
New Day's on Raw.
Okay.
New Day is on Raw.
So
I-
you're
no.
saying that Braun Strowman is going to be the new member of the New Day.
Damn, you heard it right here first. No, I was thinking of Luke Harper returning, but it wouldn't.
And being the new member of the New Day.
Clean shaven and shit.
Neither one of them have any soul.
In this case,
No.
Or a soul.
No, I'm going with the Whites. I think this
I think
feud is
Whites.
over. I would have liked to see it like the blow off.
I think if I have to pick a winner, the Whites,
But I'm
but-
going with the Whites.
I agree with what Matt said. I could see this, with the animosity going back and forth between them. We didn't get any sort of payoff at that little showdown.
The little copycat thing.
Yeah.
We don't even have TNA to talk about this week because they haven't shown yet.
No, that's
Yeah.
tomorrow.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's
It
tomorrow.
is.
I've really enjoyed, I thinking about it. I kind of missed.
And we had to rush into this so we don't have Lucha to watch this week. We're going to have a big week next
Alex
week.
watched part of Lucha, so
Oh, I hate you.
yeah. He told me the first part was really good. Just to clarify, I'm gonna go with the Wyatts just to throw
Okay.
my name in there.
So Rusev versus Zack Ryder for the United States Championship.
I gotta go with my heart on this one.
I wanna go with my heart.
I'm going with Zack Ryder on it.
You're going with Zack Ryder?
Yeah.
What about you,
Even
Jen?
though it doesn't make any sense whatsoever because there's so many title belts on SmackDown already.
I'm going Zack Ryder.
Nice.
I got to go with my heart on it because I could see the upset and then them doing something different with Rusev. Having them feud a little bit and then having someone else attack Rusev or something.
Right.
And then maybe even Braun Strowman. We end up with a feud somehow.
That would be cool.
Or Baron Corbin.
Yeah. Well, Corbin's on SmackDown though.
We can
No,
honestly
Corbin's on Raw.
see. We can honestly
Is he?
see the
Yeah.
That's
both
right,
the IC
okay.
and the US Championship switch shows.
That
makes
is a
it my next
possibility.
prediction.
Yeah.
That is a possibility.
Because if you have the main champion on SmackDown for now, up until Raw decides to get a belt, then you definitely want to. If you're not going to have the main title, like the name brand title, on your show, because I don't think they're taking that belt off.
The majority
I
of
know.
the show.
Could have waited till the last, but I don't think they're going to take that belt off of Dean right now.
Right.
So come Raw, you're definitely going to want to have your own belt. And since that belt's on SmackDown, we're obviously not going to have a belt with the blue check.
Right.
So we're going to get a different belt.
Yeah.
You know, as what everybody was not predicting. But so I guess we're getting the World Heavyweight Championship back.
That would be cool.
The old big gold one. I feel like that's the only logical choice.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna get that one, if you're gonna get that one, like why have all these old WCW belts on your show with the U.S. Championship and the World Heavyweight? So bring back the Intercontinental.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm going with Rusev. Just
Rusev
throw that out there.
So the Miz versus Darren Young with Bob Backlund.
If I'm gonna hold my theory, then I gotta go with Darren Young.
I'm going with Darren Young as well too. I think they need to push him. They've got something good going with him right now. Capitalize on it. Don't drop this.
Don't drop it.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Miz. I see a screwy finish, being that Maurice is involved.
And it could happen, but we also got Bob Backlund involved.
True.
And that fucker is crazy as shit.
She is crazy.
If he puts a chicken wing on her, I'm gonna lose my shit.
He was putting kids in chicken wings for $5 at events. Like, this guy is batshit crazy.
Yeah.
I pay him to put me in a chicken wing.
You know what? I probably would too.
Yeah.
So Becky Lynch versus Natalya.
I gotta go with Becky on this one. Both of these, I feel like Becky gets the shaft a lot. Like, she gets like, I don't want to say this is a crummy storyline because this is gonna be the main storyline for the SmackDown Women's Division now.
Right.
So, well, if that's the case, I'm switching my pick. I'm going with Natty. You gotta have Natty.
You basically made my point right there.
You gotta have.
I'm going with Natty for that very reason right there. They kept them on the same show for a reason.
So why have Becky win at BattleGround? We can have her win at SummerSlam.
I'm saying the same thing. I'm going with Natty, especially with we ended up with Becky walking away so tall on SmackDown. She laid the beat down on Natty and walked away. Yep. So normally in wrestling land, when someone's over on the go home show,
I can't wait to go back on YouTube and watch this part and see my face when I like change my mind.
Yeah, you're like, oh wait,
I just proved myself wrong here.
Okay, so next, John Cena, Enzo Amore, and Big Cass.
Ooh.
How you doing?
Versus
the Club. What you got?
I'm gonna go with the Club on this one.
Oh wow!
I feel like since this is their swan song, you know what I mean. Like, I think you got to go out on top.
Via some fuckery, you think?
Oh yeah, of course. Of course. Like,
I don't know, man. I'm going.
And they're finally, come Raw, eventually the Club will get a name added to the front of that Club part.
What if that person's name? What if they show up somehow in this match?
I'm just saying. Maybe
I'm gonna go with the Club.
Maybe those shirts will fully make some sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Club just because I don't know. I just don't feel as big on Cena and Enzo and Cass going into this. They had a lot of comedic stuff going on. I don't feel they're quite as strong going.
My argument always is, why have a makeshift tag team defeat a tag team that's just been thrown together?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, even if it's a stable is the Club, Bullet Club, and if we're gonna believe that these guys are badasses,
then they're a cohesive unit. And then we're gonna lose.
Let's put them over hard, and then
they're a cohesive unit, and they're gonna lose to a guy who doesn't even understand how you doing. So, I mean, come on, they're definitely not on the same page.
Yeah,
I'm going with Cena and Enzo and Cass.
Awesome. And Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Essentially the end to this storyline.
Well, you would think.
And now they're on the same.
They're on the same
They
roster.
did say they were going to fight forever.
Why do the end if we have SummerSlam coming around the corner?
When this no finish somehow?
Gonna have a huge payoff. Yeah, no finish. I got to go with the no contest on here.
I'm going to go with Kevin Owens with some sort of false finish or some sort of just
if we're doing a finish, I'm saying Sami Zayn by DQ.
By DQ? Oh, yeah, I can see that.
All right. I don't know. I was gonna take Owens, but you guys make a lot of sense.
I'm saying Owens, but he's gonna cheat to win somehow.
I hope I realize that means disqualification and not Dairy Queen.
DQ.
Yeah, fuck Dairy Queen, man. Fuck Dairy Queen. Like, I could rant about how shitty fucking Mark Cuban and Dairy Queen are.
Which Dairy Queen are you going to?
I went to this goddamn one.
Don't go to the South one, man. That one's shit.
Yeah, that's the one I went to.
That one's shit.
We went right after soccer practice.
Yeah.
And it was fucking terrible.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna write a letter to Mark Cuban, basically telling him fuck you and how bad Dairy Queen is.
Tell him fuck his match.
You know Mark Cuban owns Dairy Queen?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, Mark
that is
Cuban
an atrocity.
It is.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not a big fan of Dairy Queen, because fuck the maps.
I'm alright with the one at my house just because we sold them a lot of material.
So
I put some of my sweat and tears into that building, and just in the
just-
buckets.
Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins.
Elasticity.
Here we go.
This is gonna be a good show. I mean, this is good. Like, we got some good matches on here.
Good.
It's really how they book this show is where they can.
Yeah,
lose us.
booking was pretty decent on this, and I'm worried it's gonna fall apart when we get to the
Yeah,
show.
like remember Money in the Bank?
Yes.
It was booked to be an amazing show. On paper, it looked great, but when you watch that show back, other than the main event, it was kind of a letdown. You know, like we had these solid matches that some of them were not great.
Are we in agreement that the name of the show should be Brother Alex? I knew you'd come.
Brother Alex.
I knew you'd come.
Yeah.
I got a hashtag. Brother
Hashtag.
Alex deleted.
It's over.
No, that's next week when he doesn't show.
Oh, deleted. Yeah.
When I can't make it.
When you can't make it. I got Dino on this one.
I'm gonna go with Seth.
Interesting.
I'm going with Dean. I believe that.
There's three of us here. You get stuck with Rollins, okay? Or with Reigns.
It was
right?
Reigns. God damn it.
I go with Dean.
No, I'm going with Dean. I think that belt stays on SmackDown.
Don't put that on him, man. Do not
Don't you put that curse on me, Ricky Bobby.
Put that on him, Ricky Bobby.
So, I could see that belt staying on SmackDown. I think Seth is gonna win this by all costs.
I don't mean to derail the podcast, but can I borrow this SIM card? Just kidding.
Found one of my SIM. Actually, I might need that for this weekend. What
be
we
some
do
porn
is
in
we
there.
pull the SIM cards from the kids'
From the
tablets so they don't
tablets,
run
yeah,
up the
that's what I
data.
figured. That's
Oh,
what I
okay.
figured.
And then whenever we go on trips or something, then we put the SIM card in the
Yeah.
tablets. That way,
Gotcha.
my kids. See, I got another one right here. My kids know how to turn on the or turn off the Wi-Fi, and I'm not getting that bill. I work for Verizon. I know what that bill's like.
Yeah.
Hidden fees, guys.
So that's
hidden
our rundown,
fees.
guys. That's our
You
rundown.
just admitted to it. Overall, I think we have a good show on our hands. Hopefully, like I said, it's in WWE's hands right now, whether or not this show is a success or not. Battleground's always felt kind of like a shitty pay per view.
Yep. But they've had a month.
They find a way.
They've had
to
a
make it
month
work.
to build up to this show. And I think that's one advantage this show has. Whereas, it doesn't feel, rushed.
Rush together.
Yeah.
So I don't care who wins or loses on any of these matches. Finn Balor will be on Raw Monday night, guys.
That's gonna be
God.
good.
Like, do you
I
guys
made
have
it a point to
goosebumps
wear
just
this shirt.
talking
When
about
Matt
that?
asked me,
I couldn't
if
find my
could-
Bullet Club one. I tried.
I made it a point. I'm wearing my Finn Balor
Alex
shirt.
got it dry cleaned.
I almost wore
I
that. So,
I would have
Hasn't been
cared.
watched in a week. I still wear it.
We wore
I'm just
the
kidding.
same shirts the first night.
well, I was gonna pull it. I've had that shirt forever, and
Yeah.
in all of our Disneyland pictures from 2 years ago, I was wearing that
You're
shirt.
wearing the shirt.
And so I told my wife, I was like, I'm gonna fucking.
I
pack
bought
it.
this
It's
shirt.
gonna happen.
I think
It's
I
gonna
bought
happen.
this like on a trip back from a wedding.
You got it in like Redosa,
I
didn't
bought
you?
this one in Ruidoso, yeah, at some like little thrift
I
store.
don't remember where I got mine. I honestly don't.
Oh.
Well, it's not the WWE one. I know that. Oh, I got mine from Pro Wrestling Tees.
Pro Wrestling Tees. That's what
Yeah,
I was
because I got it with these bad boys.
Oh yeah,
Ah.
he was.
Oh yeah.
You were the Macho Man for Halloween when he.
Yeah, Alex. Yeah. Showed up in my inner sanctum. Yeah.
I gotta get this on
Cup of
fucking.
coffee in the big time.
He
Yeah.
just left that. Stop that. He's gonna do the whole. He's gonna do the rest
Do
of
the
the
rest of the show like this. Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta show my buddies, man.
Thinking. Yeah, Alex, dig it. Yeah. Oh
Always
yeah.
thinking, yeah.
Give me a slap
One
and do a
step
Slim Jim,
ahead.
dude.
Once the whole Slim Jim doesn't pay me anymore, brother. No. Gotta snap into a jack links.
The good shit, man.
We're
Fucking good
pathetic.
That was
shit.
good improv. You gotta get ready. Jeremy's super lucked out. You know, if you listen to podcasts, you guys probably listen to
Oh yeah,
Hollywood
so
Babylon.
I am probably the world's biggest Kevin Smith Mark fan, whatever you want to call it.
I seen
I am
posted
obsessed with
My
Kevin
God.
Smith. My favorite movies are pretty much Kevin Smith. I know they suck. Jersey Girl was a piece of shit.
That girl.
He admits Jersey Girl sucked.
That's probably his one bad
Tusk,
movie.
Red State. I'm excited for Yoga Hosers. I mean, you name it.
Yoga Hosers.
My first podcast, and the reason why I do this show is not necessarily because of wrestling, is because of podcasting. My first podcast I ever listened to was Hollywood Babylon. It's a show that Kevin Smith does every week with K-Rock DJ Ralph Garman. He also does a ton of voices on Family Guy. It's one of my favorite podcasts. My favorite podcast aside from this one. And it pushed. Kevin Smith always preaches on his show, on his podcast, or anything. He always says, if you want to have fun in life, find something you like doing, and find a way to make money off of it.
Paid off.
So we're not necessarily getting paid off of it, but I love doing
Not
this.
yet. He
Matt and I
doesn't.
love talking wrestling, and that's what started this show, is because we would sit around and talk wrestling. We're going to California. Every time I've gone to California, they've been in Philly or they've been somewhere to film a
went on
podcast. Because
tour,
they do
yeah.
this podcast live. So I looked out. They're an hour away. They're in San Diego for Comic-Con. Thought, maybe I can reach out. And maybe I can get tickets. Tickets are sold out. So I send the club an email just basically saying, hey guys, if you have tickets available, someone doesn't want to buy their tickets, let me know. I'll buy them. I want to be there. I'm driving 15 hours, 16, 17 hours to get there. I want tickets. So I get a wild hair up my ass. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to email Ralph Garman. Or HBO Podcast, which is just the general Hollywood Babylon email.
Right.
So I email into him. I said, hey guys, I'm not looking for anything for free. I just want to be able to get my foot in the door. If you have tickets available, please let me know. I will gladly buy them. I get an email Monday from Ralph Garman's personal assistant. 2 tickets will be at will call under your name. He's giving them to you. So I don't like going, I'm fucking going for free. Gifted to me by the leader of the Garmy himself.
Oh my god, that's awesome, man.
I am fucking jazzed, man. I'm going to get there as early as I can because if I get to touch Kevin Smith, I will jizz my pants.
You gotta make sure you say that.
I will.
So the most wonderful thing. So if you should subscribe to Hollywood Babylon. There's a good chance.
Yeah.
There's
you might catch Jeremy.
There's a good chance that they bring this up on the show.
And they read the email, and it's going to embarrass the shit out of my wife.
And so
nice.
It's so good. You're not going to reveal it here.
No, hell no. Listen to their podcast.
You guys, so you listen to that podcast, and then whenever it is time, whenever they do the show, we'll replay that segment on this show. So it'll be fun and hilarious.
Man, I hope it happens. Hell yeah.
It's amazing. It's a great show. I enjoy it, and Jeremy's the one that turned me onto the show, and they're hilarious. And Kevin Smith does I don't even know how many podcasts he does.
We can order lion meat online and make a lion burger. Ask Google where you can buy kangaroo meat. Try it, dudes.
Ask Google.
Yeah,
Ask Google.
Ask Google. You got
Android.
Siri.
Do your Android. You have Android, right?
Yep.
That's a Windows phone, you liar.
Ask what now?
Where you can buy kangaroo meat.
Where can we buy kangaroo meat?
Let me do a search for an answer to some.
Let me do a search.
Search Siri.
Search.
I don't know how to work my phone. That's why Matt's doing it.
Oh yeah, that's great then.
Where can I buy kangaroo meat?
Where can I buy kangaroo meat?
Places. Sorry about that.
No, whatever. Cool thing is, because I'm such a nerd.
Oh my god, Chewy.com.
Chewy.com.
Man crates. Apparently you could buy bark reduced kangaroo steak at Walmart.
Shut up.
That's what it says here.
It's got to be some weird Walmart somewhere else. And someone asked, will they ever make a Marvel vs. DC movie? Fuck no. That'll probably never happen.
No.
Speaking of DC.
Look up the ones that they do on YouTube, like the fan-made ones.
Yeah,
those
are
are
awesome.
really good. Yeah, look at this. I mean,
Siri, what is my name?
dog food.
You're me. But since we're friends, I get to call you Master Bruce.
Master Bruce.
Yeah, I couldn't get Alfred, so I got female
English name.
Alfred. Alfreda.
Bullshit,
I guess.
Bark with these
See?
kangaroo
It's
steak.
Walmart.
Kangaroo steak at Walmart.
At
I wouldn't
freaking
put
Walmart.
I wouldn't put that past Walmart, guys.
Dog food.
Guys,
Oh,
we
God.
got any more news? We got anything else going on?
Huh?
I wanted to
no.
say there was some slight news.
I think the draft was all news just in general. Oh, we did have news about Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
And
Again, popped again.
failed 2 drug tests post UFC. Not only the drug test before the fight, the drug test the day of the fight. So, being that SummerSlam is still quite far away.
Is anybody surprised?
No, the dude looked
Honestly,
jacked.
no. Yeah.
Mark Hunt has demanded all of Brock. At this point, it started off half, but now Mark Hunt has
He
demanded
has a
all
point
of
to
his
be
purse.
angry, but at the same time, shut
But
up.
childish.
I don't think you can, it's one thing to
You didn't take a
demand.
title fight.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
And Hunt got, what, 10,000 for
Yeah.
that fight, which is pretty
That's
pretty
not a chunk
low.
change, man.
I think that's a low amount of money to
For a
to
fighter.
ask
Yeah.
a guy to go fight Brock Lesnar
It
on
is.
1 month's notice. I'm surprised that Mark Hunt did it for so low. Brock took the fight on 1 month notice. Standard UFC protocol is 4 months notice.
Yep.
You're gonna do a fight so that they can get a drug test.
Drug
right then
test
and
it?
there.
Yeah.
So they know you're not juicing right then and there. So on top of that, and WWE's been playing onto this, letting people know what's going on.
We'll find out what Brock got popped for. In
Oh,
WWE, you don't.
They'll announce
really-
it.
Yeah.
So
You-
as far as they've already kept them off of TV already, so maybe this won't even affect the SummerSlam match.
I don't think it will.
Since he's not even been there, I mean, they don't ever.
Yeah.
So I don't think they'll do anything to Brock because it's Brock Lesnar.
Even if they suspend him, it's a 30-day.
I think if you try to do something to Brock's gonna be like, well, I'm not gonna do anything.
Suspend him now. He'll be ready.
I'm Brock Lesnar, and I'll do whatever I want.
Yeah,
No,
that's like he's done his whole career, just about.
That's what he does. I mean, we did have the Paul Heyman interview. That pretty much.
Okay, that is what we need to talk about.
Said that Brock switched up the finish there.
Yeah, Paul Heyman's words were, "What if Brock Lesnar had the balls to knock out Undertaker and knock him unconscious, make him silly, and then force a pin?" And that would make sense because WWE didn't have Brock Lesnar's music ready. It was almost a minute before they started his music.
Yep.
The referee was reluctant to raise Brock Lesnar's hand. Didn't know if he should. So I don't know that this is true, but Jesus Christ, it makes you think.
I mean, we were all there on this show.
Yeah.
We all, I mean, we did we had a discussion post-show. Like, we were all shocked that he lost.
Even the look of shock on Paul Heyman's face was like
it happened.
True,
like, holy crap, it happened.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're still, it's pretty crazy when there's Heath and he hadn't even been drafted.
The whole draft in 1 minute is what it is.
One thing I want to bring up real quick is Corey Graves being drafted to Raw.
Yeah, let's talk about the announced team.
Teams.
Yeah. So the Raw announced team now is Byron Saxton, Corey Graves, and Michael Cole. That's great. That's
awesome.
a hell of a team.
Yes.
The Raw announced team is now JBL, Mauro Ronaldo.
Oh, you're talking about SmackDown.
Did I say SmackDown? What did I say? NXT?
Raw.
Oh, fuck me. I've been drinking. I wish.
You're fixing to drive.
I'm not driving. She's driving.
That's why she's sleeping right now.
That's why she's sleeping. She gets the first leg because
you're doing a podcast.
I can't sleep during the day.
Yeah.
I just can't. And I've starved myself to sleep last night. I stayed up to like 3 a.m. playing video games.
Yeah.
So I can fall asleep super easy in the car today.
Yeah.
And plus I'm that asshole little kid that never slept before Christmas. Like Christmas Eve, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking stay up all night because I'm gonna catch Santa and like I'm that guy that when something exciting is happening, that was my jerk off.
I was gonna say jerk off Santa.
Jerk off Santa.
Yeah.
That's where the whiteness in your beard comes out, man.
I know the Santa.
The whiteness.
Oh god. So SmackDown's Mauro Ronaldo, and David Otunga. That's good that they're doing something with David Otunga. I like that. And then the Superstars. Superstars is going to be Tom Phillips is going to be on either one. Superstars will be Tom Phillips and Corey Graves, and the main event will be Todd Phillips and David Otunga.
Oh, guys, and
then we found out the fate of Jerry Lawler also as well. Jerry Lawler will now be on the pre-show.
Him and Booker T, no?
Him and Booker T, yep.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but we were wrong. Eva Marie wasn't drafted to Raw. She was drafted
to SmackDown.
Pornhub.
Ha!
I thought you guys would enjoy that.
I do have the app.
Alex does have the app.
Son of a bitch.
He's on it. He is on it.
Okay, so here's what I was going to point out during the draft. Brian Alvarez tweeted yesterday, about an hour before Raw started, said Creative has been debating NXT draft picks for an hour now. Today, 2 hours before the pre-show goes live, and they've had weeks to do this.
Oh my god!
So as of airing, they were still an hour before airing. They were debating who was going to go where for SmackDown, and they had weeks. I was gonna say a week. They had weeks to do this,
prepare for this,
and it just
that's kind of mind-boggling.
Blows my mind, man.
Yeah,
I mean. We try to give the writing team.
So also listen to this. Heading into the show, WWE officials went back and forth on who they wanted to bring up. At one point, they were only going to bring up Jason Jordan and not Chad Gable.
Wow.
Those plans are obviously changed as both members of American Alpha were drafted. Mojo Rawley was originally planned to be brought up, but then they decided against it, and they obviously changed their minds and brought him back. In regards to Bayley, who was rumored for some time to be called up, she was originally slated to be drafted as well. But then they had a change of heart and decided against it. Back around WrestleMania time, it was being said that the company didn't have any plans to bring up Carmella, but they obviously changed the way they felt. So, fairly interesting, man. Fairly interesting.
Yeah, they draft some of those picks are really mind-boggling. What they're gonna do. I mean, I think Mojo they brought in just to basically be a pushover guy. I hate to say it.
Do you think that we'll see the Hype Bros at some point?
I hope so. Like they did good on NXT. They were fun to watch. And,
they were.
Bring them in, see if people react to it. I mean, they're giving Zach an on and off push.
You don't have a ton of tag teams on SmackDown.
Yeah,
right?
so
like
build-
you have some, so you're gonna need some more.
Yeah.
So it was smart.
Down the
starting
road,
from
yeah.
there.
Yeah, build it. So if the chance happens and Zach, Zach doesn't win the championship or do something, then that goes it is. Yeah.
Rob Gronkowski tweeted out, "Congratulations to Mojo, his good friend Mojo
Yeah,
Raleigh."
they're buddies.
Yeah, his party guy, party buddy.
Ravers.
Yeah. So on that note, guys. Hey, remember, guys, you can send us your questions by following us on Twitter at smart_marks. You're more than welcome to follow us on Twitter as well. Follow Jeremy at jvader82. That's JAYVADER82.
Not KYJ. I'm just kidding.
You follow him on that one too. That's his separate profile. Follow me, Mateo83. You can follow Alex at Jag
_ Meister.
There you go. Jag
1980.
1980.
Don't forget the underscore.
Search for the Smart Marks fan page and like it on Facebook. There you can interact with us and other fans of the show. Show us your favorite memes, send us questions, go crazy. Also look for us on Tumblr and Instagram. And if you don't use any of the above and avoid social media altogether, you can still email us your questions too. smartmarksquestions@gmail.com. Again, that email, Alex?
Smartmarks@gmail.com.
Smartmarksquestions@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Remember, you can stream, download, rate the show via iTunes, Stitcher, Podcast Garden, and Google Play. Thanks for tuning in, download peeps. Oh, you can also watch us on YouTube like you're doing right now. Thanks for that, guys. Once again, I'm Matt. He is Jeremy. That is Alex, the 3-man booth. And we'll catch you guys next time on the Smart Marks. Peace out. Deuces.
Too sweet.
Oh, I did this wrong. We're still broadcasting. Did it wrong.
Put your pants back on,
Did it
Jeremy.
wrong.
Wait, what?